It's time for another episode of the Film Room, and on this episode, I'm going to take a look at Oregon State right tackle Taliese Fuaga. I think this is one of the best offensive linemen in the draft. I think this is a guy that we're going to see going in potentially in the top 10 of the 2024 NFL draft, and I'm here today to show you what makes him such a special offensive line prospect. So if you're not familiar with what I do in these, I like to take clips from various games to kind of highlight what type of prospect, in this case Taliese Fuaga, is and what you could see for him as he transitions to the NFL. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the tape. Now, as I mentioned, Fuaga is a right tackle. We see him right here on this side. And one of the first things that stood out to me when I watched him was his ability, his athletic ability, and his ability to move. Here he is lined up against UCLA, this outside linebacker pass rusher. And at the snap, we just see his quick feet, his ability to mirror. This pass rusher tries to go inside. He's able to quickly slide in. Doesn't look like he has to strain too much. And then he tries to go back outside, and we see Fuaga once again just shuffle back outside. He shut him down so much that Fuaga didn't even have to put his hands up. He was just shuffling back and forth, just like, okay, I'm going to stay in front of you. And it didn't even have to. That pass rusher knew, like, okay, I'm done. I'm just going to drop into coverage. And maybe he wasn't pass rushing too difficult, but once again, if you look at the footwork, you look at the ease of movement, and it just tells you everything you want to know about Taliese Fuaga's footwork and his athleticism. So in the last clip, I showed his ability to mirror, his ability to go in, back and forth. Here, he's lined up against Laiatu Latu. I think is the best pass rusher in this class, and I think he would be the first pass rusher in a top 10 pick if he didn't have concerns about his neck from a few seasons ago. And what I love about this is not only is Fuaga able to mirror, but in this clip, he shows that, hey, I'm going to have these guys pass rushing me, these speed rushers. They're going to try and beat me around the edge. Not only am I able to get depth like Fuaga does here, but he's able to then use his length and push them past the pocket. Not every time you're a blocker, you're just going to just lock into them and shut them down. Sometimes you just ride them past the pocket and the quarterback can just stay there and deliver this throw. And so you just love that ability that says, hey, you think you're getting to my edge? I'm just going to escort you out of the club, past the pocket, and you're not going to have any effect on this play. Another thing that I really look for when I look at offensive linemen is their punch. Are they catching guys or are they attacking guys? And here, once again, against UCLA, at the snap, the defensive end's going to come, and just look at these hands come up. I like that they're independent of each other. They're not just like a two-hand jab, which sometimes can cause you to be off balance. But he's able to just get those hands up there, stop the pass rush, and kind of knock him back a tidge. And yes, Fuaga's still going back, but he's able to kind of stop that momentum of the pass rusher and be able to keep the pocket clean for this quick pass. All right, as I mentioned in that previous clip, I love the independent hands. We see more of that here, this time against Laiatu Latu. So at the snap, once again, he's got good position. Once again, that right hand is up. He's able to stick him and then hit that post, the left jab after he comes inside, and he's got him going. The only nitpick here is he did get knocked down, but it didn't affect the play, and a part of that was because maybe he didn't have the greatest balance. But he's in a good position. He uses those hands independently, and just the right guard comes up to clean it up and ends up knocking them both down. But I just love those independent hands. I love that punch to be able to stop him, force him to come inside. And those are the things that you see and you love when you watch offensive tackle prospects. Those independent hands, that punch inside, and allows the quarterback a pocket to be able to deliver the ball. I've mentioned hands and punch. This last clip of him as a pass blocker goes and shows that too. Once again, he gets some good depth, quick off the line. That's another thing I like about him. But he sees he's got no one coming. I'm going to go look for help, and he just comes and lets that power go and destroys number 4 right here with a quick two-handed jab. Just another example of I think his play demeanor, but also just his quickness and then his explosiveness with those heavy hands. And on this play, we have an outside run to his side. Remember, right tackle, he's right here. He's got a tight end on his side. And at the snap of the ball, he's going to go outside, engage with this defender, and is able to just push him out. He's got some power to him, and he does show some ability to move defenders. Here he just kind of gets him on the inside, pushes him outside a little bit, but then he uses his body to seal off. He's more of an occupy type blocker, I think, where he's going to engage with you and just occupy you as the running back gets by. He does show, like I said, some ability to steer. He is able to kind of move number 11 up the line just enough to get him out of the way. But that's the type of run blocker that he is. We see another example of that here. He's faced right up here with Leatu Latu. And once again, they're going to run an outside run to his side. And he's able to just go and engage. And I know Latu's moving outside, but he's able to just kind of keep pushing him past the pocket, once again, to leave a running lane open for his running back to get up there. He notices he's going, and he says, hey, I'm just going to let you keep going. I'm going to push you out enough. You would have loved to see him maybe control him a little bit better, but he's just trying to kick him out. If this, the fullback kind of gets pushed back a little bit into the running back, if that doesn't happen, I don't think Latu affects this play, and I really don't even think he didn't even affect it anyway. And that's not even Latu, but number 11 right there. He's able just to push him past the pocket, once again, getting him out and using that defender's momentum to get him out of the way as well. And then this last clip, just once again, much like we've just seen before, going outside, engaging with this defender, this edge defender, and able just to kind of keep pushing him as he's trying to go outside. I know it's a zone-based run, but he's able to engage with him and just keep him moving outside. That's the type of blocker he is. He's going to occupy you. He's going to engage with you, hold the point of attack. He's not going to maul you. He's not going to drive you into the ground. That's just not the type of blocker he is. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just what he is. I think, we see he can play in a zone blocking scheme. I think he could play in a man or power. I think he's got that versatility because of his athleticism and his ability to hold the point of attack. He's got enough power where he can steer and seal you off, but he's not this road grader. If you're looking for a road grader, I'm not sure he's that type of guy. There is a lot to like about Taliese Fuaga as it comes to him in the NFL draft. Like I said, I think he's a potential top 10 pick. Even if he doesn't go in the top 10, it's going to be hard to see him fall past teams like the Las Vegas Raiders, who are picking at 13, 14 in the draft. Here you got a guy that's 6'5" and 5'8", so he's practically 6'6", 324 pounds. Watching those clips, he doesn't look like he's 324 pounds. He moves like he's a much lighter guy, and that's what I love about him is his athleticism, his ability to pass protect and move and get depth and mirror defenders. He plays the right tackle. I think he's a plug-and-play right tackle. Does he have left tackle potential? I don't know. I mean, these days in the NFL, your left tackle and your right tackle, it used to be back in the day, your left tackle is your pass protector, your right tackle is the road grader. Those days are gone. So many teams are sending their best pass rushers over that right side, so you need a good athletic right tackle as well. So I think a team, like I said, you come in, be a right tackle right away. Maybe they try to move him to left tackle if that's a need. May work, may not. Some guys can make that transition, some cannot. But I think this is one of our best offensive tackles. He's my second rated offensive tackle. You've got Joe Alt, and then I think you got Taliese Fuaga. Where he goes in the NFL draft, it'll be interesting. I think his highest that he could go could be the Los Angeles Chargers. They need a right tackle. Jim Harbaugh wants to establish the run. So I think he could be a fit there at right tackle for them. Maybe if they trade back, they could take him. But I think the Jets are a strong possibility. Fuaga's also, a lot of people are projecting him to be able to start in and play some guard if needed. And the Jets need offensive line help. So maybe he could be their starting right guard this year and then be their swing tackle if their tackles get hurt. Like I said, Las Vegas is a possibility in those early teens. And then Cincinnati, if he starts to fall, I don't think he's going to fall past the Cincinnati Bengals, another team that desperately needs a right tackle. So he's a top 20 pick for sure. To be honest, I think he's a top 15 lock, but a lot could play out when it comes to the draft night. That's going to go ahead and do it for this episode of The Film Room with Taliese Fuaga. If you like what you've seen, make sure you subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all your notifications, and then make sure you're following me on social media, draft_Brian. Thanks for watching. Till next time.